Hey, Tower Hill Church, Pastor Jason here. I'm here to talk a little bit about what's been going on in the life of the church. I've been hearing a lot of questions as to, look, I know we've been closed for the last 7 months or so, and things are reopening again. And I'm just kind of wondering, Pastor, what did we do during this time and how much did it cost? I know a lot of you are asking, how are we doing financially? And so I thought I'd take a few moments today and share that as we're talking about where we are as a church and where we hope to go. Well, as you know, when the pandemic hit, we were growing. We were growing a lot. In fact, you'd probably have to look back to the 1950s as the rate to which we were growing. We were considered for a few years now in that top 3% of growing churches in America, churches that are growing by 5% or more a year. And year over year, right before the pandemic happened, we were growing at 10%. Even more than that, we had a budget surplus, and we had all sorts of hopes and dreams about what we would do with that surplus to help move our ministry forward. Well, although we were disappointed we didn't get to utilize it for those things, we were really thankful that the Lord was preparing us for the season that was about to come so that we could have enough to get by and to get through. And we didn't have to lay off staff. We didn't have to stop our ministries. We could keep going. And that was such a huge, huge blessing during those early days. Now, March 15th, everything comes to a screeching halt. A couple days before, we're like, we have to move all of our ministry online. Worship services online. We had never done that before, but thanks to some really generous donors, we were able to purchase some video cameras and some other gear so that we could make that move when the time came. Well, the time came. And so we're super thankful for the generosity of our church and the forward thinking of a lot of people to help get us to where we needed to be. It was a quick pivot, and our first product was a little rough maybe. We got better as we went, but we were so excited that we didn't have to stop. We didn't have to take one single Sunday off. Now, since that time, of course, since we've reopened again our campus and have gone back to indoor worship over the last couple of weeks, there was a long chunk of time in there that involved hundreds, maybe thousands of decisions on how to continue to move things forward. So what did we do, and how are we doing now? Well, here's the cool thing about what happened during the pandemic for us, Tower Hill Church, is that we never stopped. We never took a single Sunday off. Our campus may have been closed, our buildings may have been closed, but all of our ministries kept going. We stayed open. Sunday services never stopped. Online, and then outdoor, indoor, upside down, like every which way that we could do worship, we did. Again, not a single Sunday off. Our next gen Sunday school, they were doing online Sunday school, and then they came back to outside Sunday school, and now back inside. Our small groups never stopped. In fact, we had record number of signups for our small group programs, even though many of them were online at first. Our choir continued to practice. Our praise band never stopped. Our bells never stopped. And here's the cool thing. This is the thing that gets me really excited. Our missions never stopped. Do you know that just during the months of the pandemic, we have been able to distribute about $84,000 in missions? That's just amazing. That's something I'm so thankful for. So that's really exciting. But we also had a lot of expenses. We also lowered our budget for this year back in June because we knew we might be going through a little bit of a rough season. And sure enough, we had tons of things to pay for that we were not expecting during this pandemic in order to keep people safe. I mean, we spent almost $10,000 on thermometers, sanitizing stations, masks, gloves, you name it. Another almost $9,000 just on disinfecting spray and wipes and cleaning services. $58,000 for engineering services and upgrading our HVAC system. Another $9,000 for the tent so we could do outdoor meetings and worship. And of course, the ongoing production costs, about $14,000. All these things, man, they just add up and add up. Well, there's some good news and bad news in all of this. Let me give you the bad news first. Giving is behind where we need it to be. It just is. We knew we'd probably be in this position because not as many people are coming. We knew that it would be a little tough. Even with the reduced budget, we knew it would be a little tough. And so, just like we expected, we're about $60,000 behind where we should be according to our budget right now. And we're excited and we're hopeful that the Christmas season will be good, and a lot of nonprofits like ours, this is the time of year where hopefully we're really praying and hoping that that extra comes in, because we don't want to stop. In fact, we have big plans for 2021. I know we're all going to breathe a sigh of relief when we go into another calendar year, but we want to keep moving forward. We have plans to bring on hopefully another pastor, maybe invest more in our online worship services. There's so much that we are excited about, and we think the world needs the church more than ever. This community needs Tower Hill more than ever. And I actually think we're teed up to reach more people than ever. In fact, if you do the math between our online services and our physical services, our reach got exponentially larger. We have people from Canada who watch us every single week and participate in the life of the church that way. I'm really excited about what we hope to do, but it's going to take you. Will you join us? Will you join us in this mission forward? We're going to need you to come and to volunteer and all of that, but right now, we really need you to give. You could give once, you could give weekly or monthly. A lot of you, maybe you've tried online giving, which is one of the best things you could do for the church, because then it becomes a regular thing that you don't have to remember. It just comes out automatically, and then it's not just when you remember to give, right? There's so many different ways, and we know that this church has been so generous. Not everybody's in a position to give right now. We get it. But if you are, we need it. And we're inviting you to be with us on this journey. I hope you will. And thank you so much for all your support and all your faith during this crazy, crazy time. Thank you, and God bless.